Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Options Moneymaker and News Cycle Trading and Analytics Q&A. Today is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Happy New Year, everyone. For those of you that may not know, I am Erin Rumley. Kristen is away tonight, but she will be in the live trading room tomorrow and then will be with us for the next Q&A. Kristen is the host of our live trading room, where she goes over the Aurora trading signals every day, announces the entries and exits on NQ, and also sometimes on oil for our Aurora entries. What Kristen really emphasizes in the live trading room are these 4 steps. Learn how to enter a trade. That's what she's there for anybody that's brand new to Aurora or needs a little bit of reinforcement. She's there to help you identify the entries to trades, how to filter out trades that have additional risk, how to lock in profit, and how to exit the trade. And then she also provides management for specific trades. So looking at what we call our PB13s, they are our trend trades. She'll discuss opportunities to lock in profit using the high or the low of a prior 5-minute bar, or using a fractal to help reduce risk. Also, a form of management is knowing when to exit a trade or knowing when to stay out of a trade as well. And then learning how to manage your DOM. She'll occasionally show the DOM, the trading platform, going over just some really easy to use tips and tricks on where you should be looking, where your cursor should be, to avoid as little slippage as possible when you're getting into the trade, and to get into the trade as quickly as possible. And then, of course, learn when to stop trading. This is something that a lot of traders struggle with, whether they have profits or losses for the day, knowing what that stopping point is. And she talks about what we call PATs in the live trading room. We have a negative stopping point for the day, where once we've hit a specific loss amount, we will just stop trading for the day. And then there's also a point where we have accumulated profits and we don't want to give all those back. And so that's where we start to incorporate PATs to give us a stopping point to maintain our profits for the day. As always, we highly recommend you start your learning in sim and then switch to live once you are confident with the signals that you are seeing and with your knowledge of the DOM and the system. So today, during the Q&A, we're going to talk about 2022. We're going to go over 2022 as a year in review. On NQ, we have 2 different strategies. It's all still part of the Aurora system, but one strategy focuses on signals that are called PB3s. Those are based on 3-minute trades. This should be actually PB35. PB35, which is based on a 3-minute and a 5-minute alignment, and PB13, which is based on a 10-minute and a 3-minute alignment. Those signals produced profit opportunities of over $238,000 for 2022. The other Aurora system signals that we have are our A trades, which is 3A and 4A signals on 5 and 10-minute chart, and also 5-minute fractals. This 2022 total actually starts in about mid-March. That's when we launched the A trades, the A system, to the live trading room. So starting in March, there was $168,000 of profit on the A signals. And then on oil, same with the A signals, except this time we add in the 15-minute chart as well. Gained $177,000 of profit opportunities on oil, which is CL. These totals are from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern Time. These all assume a 1,700 daily max loss, which means that if we hit $1,700 or if we exceed it, if we're close to $1,700 and our next trade takes us past that, we're done trading for the day. This is everything that we track in the live trading room. This is everything that we show on our performance for our Aurora performance on our website as well. This is all based on one contract per trade. So there is more profit opportunity if you used your personal trading plan to scale profits, but this is all based on just one contract per trade for the entire year. Sometimes you may be in two contracts at the same time if you're in, let's say, a PB3 and a PB13 or a 5-minute 3A and a fractal, but it is one contract per trade. So this is with the filtering that we had in there. I see, Greg, that you're asking about filtering. Yes, is exactly what Kristen announces in the live trading room every day and what's shown on our performance. So this also includes FOMC days, which we, based on our research, have found that NQ is not as profitable during FOMC weeks. So this includes FOMC weeks. This is also not including any hindsight trading, meaning that if we were closed as we were last week for the holiday, this does not include any performance from that holiday week. So there is a $0 performance for every day of last week and for the 2 days off where we took off near Thanksgiving too. So this is based on days where we were actually trading, where we were open and the live trading room and trading and tracking in real time. Now, those profit amounts are what some of you are looking for as an annual profit goal. So we've talked about this quite a bit. Treat your trading as a business. Trading itself can be very profitable as a small business. What you need to know before you start using trading as a business is, what is your business plan? What is your annual profit goal? And what does that look like on a per month basis and a per trading day? So let's say your annual profit goal is $120,000 per year. Chose that number because it's easily divided by our 12 months that we have, which means that you're looking for about $10,000 per month. January has a total of 20 trading days, and those are really, you know, the Monday through Friday trading days. Obviously, there are other days as futures trading starts Sunday night. But if we're just talking about what we track, which is the Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, there are 20 trading days in January. So that means for just January, to make your $10,000 per month goal, you need to average $500 a day to make that January goal, to contribute towards a $120,000 annual profit goal. So these are important things for you to evaluate for yourself. What is your annual profit goal? What does that look like on a per month basis? And then based on how many trading days are during that month, what is your goal per day? And you can use your business tools to help you accomplish your goals, such as the Aurora trading system. If your goal was to make $120,000 per year and you followed the PB system from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., you ended up having 238,000. So you would have exceeded your goal. You have the live trading room to also help reinforce signals, entries, exits, and management. And then your personal trading plan allows you to actually take things a step further. So the Aurora trading system is a key business tool giving you those signals, those entry and exit signals that appear in your chart to know when to enter a trade and when to exit a trade, with profit goals and stop losses that we have already evaluated for you as ideal parameters to allow for profit potential, but protect yourself as well. And again, the live trading room with Kristen every day. And what you don't see is that Kristen is always talking to our trading team as well. So we aren't all there on audio in the live trading room, but we are constantly talking as a group throughout the day as we make a decision for certain trades or when to stop, or if the market is seeming to have any changes to it. This is how we decided that we personally don't trade NQ on FOMC weeks, or if we do, we only trade the A strategy on Monday and Tuesday, and then nothing the rest of the week unless we switch to oil. And then the personal trading plan. So this personal trading plan is key to then also help accelerate your profits as well. So it's designed to track your run rate performance and forecast for a 52-week income, which is what we're talking about with your per year goal. You don't have to factor in too much overhead. Obviously, the Aurora trading system has a subscription price to it. The personal trading plan is one expense, just a one-time expense. But you don't have any employees, no additional lease on a space in a building, assuming that you're trading from home. No maintaining product or inventory as long as you don't accidentally hold oil to expiration where they show up with oil on your doorstep. You don't have any product or inventory that you're managing and worrying about selling before it expires. We're flush, we're completely out of all trades at the end of every market day by 2 p.m. Eastern time. And so there is no holding risk overnight. Basically, our inventory is the trades that we place, and we are out of them every single day. So there's not this overhead and expenses that most other small businesses are subjected to. And with the personal trading plan, you can scale your contracts based on your risk allocation to increase your profit potential. So the personal trading plan can help you be wise about scaling of contracts. And I'll show you our personal trading plan here in just a minute, where it allows you to enter in what you want to risk, what percent of your balance you want to risk, and then helps you determine, as your balance grows, how many contracts to trade at a time. And you can choose to trade less or more depending on your experience as a trader. And now to reach your annual goal with the personal trading plan, you may choose to scale contracts but keep your goal the same. So let's say the personal trading plan says, based on your risk, you can now trade 2 contracts and still be under that risk amount. Well, you can either trade 2 contracts for now $1,000 a day, where it's $500 per contract, so keeping your original goal, but doubling it based on the contracts. Or maybe you don't need more than the 120,000. That's really what you're looking for. If you make a little bit less, that's fine. If you make a little bit more, that's fine. But you decide that you want to now cut your hours. You're your own boss. It's your business. You can decide to trade less. And so maybe now it becomes you're looking for $250 per contract. So you're making $500 on 2 contracts, still staying with your goal, not really compounding there, but still staying with your goal. But however, maybe it's the summertime and you want more flexibility to be outside and golf, or maybe it's the winter time and you want more flexibility to travel and ski. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like, you get to choose what you're doing. And it may be different from day to day. It may be one day you're looking for $1,000 on 2 contracts, and another day you really hit it out of the park the day before. So now you're only just looking for $250 on per contract. So $500 on 2 contracts. There is so much flexibility with how to accomplish your annual goal. So scaling your contracts can allow you that flexibility to trade less or exceed your annual goal. If now you're looking for that $1,000 a day on 2 contracts, you can easily exceed your goal. And you can see, again, we talked about in 2022, the PB signals, which is the PB3, PB35, and PB13, one contract, no scaling at all, was $238,000 of profit opportunity. However, if you decided to incorporate your personal trading plan, but max out at 5 contracts and no more than 5% risk, that compounding as you start to add more contracts, but still looking for profit potential, not stopping early, just still doing the same exact thing, trading from 7 to 2 Eastern time, that ended up going to $700,000 of profit. So there's a very large difference there. You're obviously going to 5 contracts, so you're trading more contracts, you do have more risk, but this is where the personal trading plan comes in, so it can help you scale up your risk. So I'm going to show you the personal trading plan here. So this is the personal trading plan starting January of last year, starting with a $5,000 balance. We're just trading 1 contract. Here was a market holiday. That's why that has 0 contracts. But just trading 1 contract at a time, with our risk starting a little bit higher in the beginning because of the balance that we started with. And because of that, we decided that it was okay. We were going to risk a little bit more. But once we scaled the contracts, we do not risk more than 5%. So we got to a point where we had enough balance that it scaled us up to 2 contracts. So now we're trading 2 contracts of the strategy. You can see 5% of risk is where it started to. Risk goes down as our balance grows. And then we have enough of an account balance to scale up to 3 contracts. And this continues for 4 contracts and then 5 contracts. And we don't scale past that. We could have, but we stopped at 5 contracts at a time. So we have 5 contracts here and continue on until 5 contracts till the end of the year, where our total balance was $705,000, $269. We started with 5,000, so our cumulative profit was 700,000. All of these zeros is because we personally did not trade last week. We were closed last week. So all of these zeros mean really that we hit our performance the week before. So anytime you see a 0 in here, it means that we were not trading. It's either a market holiday or we were closed. So this isn't even trading every single opportunity for the whole entire year. But you can see how much of a difference that can make things, trading only 1 contract for the whole year versus trading 5 contracts or graduating up till 5 contracts. So our risk was determined by what our stopping point is for the day, which is $1,700 per contract. So $1,700 per contract was our risk for the day, which is actually 85 points. So $1,700 is our stopping point of the day. Once we get to $1,700 down, we are done for the day. That is to protect our accounts. So there are some days that after commissions and fees, we ended up past that 85 points, because these numbers that you're seeing here are net numbers after commissions and fees. The numbers that we record over here are gross with our contracts to then give us the total net amount after commissions and fees. So that's why you'll see numbers that are greater than the 85 points, it's because these are numbers inclusive of commissions and fees, which will obviously, based on how many trades we have for the day, push us past our stopping point. So all of this is with that $1,700 stopping point. That's what we're using to base our 5% of balance on. And then we have our run rate. For those of you that are familiar with the personal trading plan, you know that this number up here calculates our run rate for us to help. Then we can put it in these two cells here to help forecast forward. There's no forecasting going on here because we have already completed a solid year. So now what we're going to do is continue for the next year. So a great way to create a new personal trading plan is if initially you just made a copy of the futures template, is you can make a copy of that again. If you did not do that, that's okay. There's another way. You can duplicate your current personal trading plan. So mine's called PB System 2022. I can right click on that, duplicate. It might say make a copy depending on what version of Excel you're in. And then we can rename this PB System 2023 and click OK. Now, this takes a little bit more work than just using the blank futures template because you'll need to clear out all of your data, select all your data. It takes a little bit more work, but it's not that time. It doesn't take that much time. So you select all your data and you can right click to clear contents. And then if you have contract overrides, you'll want to clear those out too. So select all of those. There is a faster way to do this, but select all of those and then you'll clear contents here. So now what you'll want to do, I know it says has all these values all over the place. We don't have cells in here, so we will fix that here in just a second. The first Monday of the year was a market holiday, but it still was the first Monday of the year, which was January 2nd. So we'll go and change the Monday to the first day to January 2nd. It needs to be a Monday for the rest of the weeks to line up. If you would like to start your personal trading plan on a different day, you can. Just make sure it's a Monday. And then what we're going to do is use the information that we have, our run rate from our 2022 personal trading plan. So we have 69.76 for a profit and 79.01 for a losing days. You can even just select those and copy and then paste values right in there. And that's going to help you project out the run rate here. Let's see. This is an online version, so sometimes it's just a little bit slower to do things. Then what we're also going to look at is we ended with our balance at 705,269. So that's our starting balance, 705,269. However, that was more than, let's say, our goal. Let's say our goal was 120,000. That's well over our goal, and we want to take money out at the end of the year. We have the ability to record that over here in column Q. So let's say we decide to take out half, and I'm just going to estimate half. It's not going to be exactly half. We're going to take out 350,000. Make sure I have enough zeros there. So our starting balance ends up being a little over 350,000. And our run rate is based on all of the data that we captured last year. And this helps us project forward, taking our account then to a projected almost 1.4 million at the end of 12 months. So this is an easy way to set up your new personal trading plan. If you've gone through the full year with your current personal trading plan and you are looking for a way to continue your tracking, then this is a great way to start over with the new year. You can change this, the projection for halfway through the year, what the balance looks to be. And again, using the run rate that you have created, that you have data built from a prior year of trading to help you project forward. And you could decide to start with one contract if you want to. You can override your contracts as much as you want. It's really up to you what you decide to do for contracts. Maybe you start with 5 contracts, but you decide this year you're going to go to 7 contracts max, and you can see how that 12-month forecast can change for you. Maybe you're comfortable with the amount of profit that you've banked. So if you're looking for $120,000 a year, this is almost 3 years worth of annual profit. So let's say this year you just only want to trade 1 contract at a time. That's fine too. This personal trading plan allows you the flexibility to evaluate your personal profit goals for your trading business. So, and I also wanted to show you just how easy it is to create that new personal trading plan for 2023. Ron's asking, what run rate do you use if you're just starting? So if you're just starting, the default run rate we have here is 20 points profit and 20 points of loss. We recommend trading in sim before you switch to live, and you can absolutely make a copy of the futures template and duplicate it. And let's say we name this one sim. And as you are trading in sim, whether it's a month or 2 months, you will start to create your own run rate. It'll show up here. And then when you switch to live, you can take that run rate to help you project forward. So we would actually always encourage you to start in sim and use your personal trading plan while you're in sim to help you then project forward your personal run rate based on what you're looking for profit potential, what your stopping point is for the day, to then, once you switch to live, use that to help project forward as well. And again, these numbers are using FOMC weeks, so you always have the opportunity to adjust how you are trading. Maybe during FOMC weeks, you don't trade or you switch to oil as an alternative. But this is just a very basic showing you what can happen if you're only trading NQ PB signals from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Okay, something else that we have had many people ask about is, what is our plans for when Infinity Futures plans to be discontinued? So based on feedback from our prop team, our team of traders, and you, our Aurora community, we are looking to switch to Tradovate when Infinity is no longer available. So Tradovate seems to be the one most in line with Infinity Futures. Our prop team is already trading in sim over there. Once they are done trading live for the day, they switch to sim to practice really getting to know the ins and outs of Tradovate. This is something that we have recommended you do as well. We talked to Glenn. Glenn is our contact over, he's been with Infinity, he's with NinjaTrader. They're all going to be owned by NinjaTrader. We've talked to him, and per Glenn, he says that Transact, also known as Infinity, will not be going away until Tradeovate's merge with NinjaTrader is complete. So his current recommendation is to wait and stay with Infinity until Tradeovate and the NinjaTrader merge happen before moving forward with setting up a funded Tradeovate account. You can still use a SIM account there to practice. That's what we're doing because it's important in the meantime you become familiar with the new platform should you also choose to switch to Tradeovate. So it is recommended you spend time getting used to this platform to make your transition from live at Infinity to live at Tradeovate as seamless as possible. Do not feel a pressure to move to Tradeovate. It's just something that us as a trading team have decided that that is where we're going to move. One of the big draws for us is that it is available on PC and Mac, and it is also web-based. So it has a little bit more flexibility than NinjaTrader. That's not saying there's anything wrong with NinjaTrader. Wherever you decide to trade futures at, just be comfortable with that trading platform. Not everyone in our community is with Infinity Futures, so I know this doesn't apply to some of you. Some of you are with different brokers that you feel more comfortable with. That's fine. For those of you that are with Infinity that we're looking for where we're choosing to move to, we will be moving to Tradeovate. So any questions about Tradeovate, or even if you have questions about NinjaTrader, please reach out to Glenn. If you're looking for a demo, or if you're looking for answers on how your Infinity account can move to Tradeovate or opening up a new Tradeovate account, whatever it is, he's the best person to answer those questions. Here is his email, Glenn with 2 N's, Macbeth@ninjatrader.com, and then his phone number as well. So any questions about the Infinity Tradeovate merger or about opening up a new account, please contact him. But this is where we plan to go. We have not made the move yet. Again, as I mentioned in a conversation I had with him, he advised me to just wait until there is a finalized NinjaTrader Tradeovate merge. Now, for those of you that have been using Tradeovate in Sim, if you have any, if you find anything in Tradeovate that you feel is missing from your experience with Infinity, it would be important to convey this to Glenn. He can pass that along to their developers. You're more than welcome to convey it to me, and I can also then put a list together to send over to their developers. It's something that we've already started to do with just a couple things that we're finding are just slightly different. It's not a make or break for us. It's just, hey, if we can have this feature on from Infinity, we would like to. So those are definitely things to consider as well as you're going through and trading in Sim on Tradeovate. Greg, based on the amount of trades that you place a month, it'll depend what plan is best for you. So it all depends. And that's something really easy that you can pull from your current broker, see how many contracts you are placing a month, and then that should help you evaluate what plan at Tradeovate would be best for you based on your personal trading performance. Rod, right now we are using Infinity Futures to trade, but they are being discontinued at the end of this quarter. And so we will be moving to Tradeovate. I don't have off the top of my head pricing for micros right now, Deborah, but it's on their website. I found it before. So you can go onto Tradeovate's website and see their current pricing. or ask Glenn and he'll be able to give you information on that as well. And then if you're looking for any of our services, if you have more questions, you can go to newcycletrading.com/services. There you'll see the option for any of you that do not have the personal trading plan. There is a link to buy the personal trading plan on this page as well. Deborah, we don't plan to have a demo for the new trading platform. There is a large amount of video tutorials already out there for both NinjaTrader and both Tradevate on how to use. When you start up Tradevate on your demo, they immediately take you through everything, where everything is, what all the buttons are doing, which is a lot different than when you start with Infinity. You just kind of start with Infinity. It's not as in-depth of a walkthrough as you're seeing with Tradevate. So there is plenty of education out there for Tradevate. Eventually, as we're doing our back to basics, where Kristen in the live trading room shows a dome, eventually you'll end up seeing our Tradevate dome once we switch over. So there will inevitably be a little bit of that dome management that we show, but we're not going to be doing a how to use Tradevate videos. At least that's not the plan right now. Let me just clean up some questions here so I can see the new ones. If I've answered your question, I'm just going to send you an asterisk just so I can quickly clear some questions. If I send you an asterisk and you feel I did not answer your question, then just send me a question again. David, yes, the live trading room is from 8 a.m. Eastern till about noon Eastern. It depends on if we're still in a trade, what the market is like, but yes, 8 a.m. to noon Eastern time for the live trading room. Brent, I don't know if they accept Canadian clients. You would have to ask Glenn. Glenn, this is his information there. Leo, your question is, could you please show an example of an actual trading day? So let me get over. So this is our Aurora performance. This is our PB tracker. This is where we're tracking each trade from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. So all of these trades are tracked in real time with real performance, with real time decision making. We have a profit target for PB3s and 35s at 10 points and a stop loss at 20 points. That will be adjusted if there is a fractal that can offer a stop with less risk. You'll see occasionally we have less than 10 points of profit. Generally, if we're showing 5 points of profit, it's because we got to about 8 or 9 points of profit and we locked in 5 to guarantee ourselves that it didn't just get almost to our profit target and then come back to our stop loss instead. And then again, you'll see sometimes we have losses that are less than our stop loss. It's because of our exit rules. But these are our trades throughout the day. Anything with an X next to it has been filtered out based on our rules, based on what we're seeing with moving averages or Bollinger Bands. Anything with a 0 after it in the strategy column means that it is coming after a large bar, a 50-point bar, so we filter those out as well. Our PB13 trades are our trend trades. They have a 30-point stop, and then we're looking to stay in the trend, but we're also looking to lock in 30 points of profit as well. So there are ways to use the higher the low of the prior bar to continue to follow the trend for more than 30 points of profit, but generally we are taking 30 points of profit as our profit target on PB13s. So this is generally what a day looks like for our PB trades. So this was today. We had 25 trades from 7 to 2, and 153 points of profit is how we ended the day, which is over $3,000 of profits on the PB trades today. AD, we don't have an updated status on the auto traders, the same it has been the past couple times because of the Infinity trading platform going away. Unfortunately, all of the progress that we made with our auto trader was done on the Infinity platform. It now needs to be moved to a new platform. So we are on pause right now until we can make the best switch, since we need to have developers that are comfortable with the platform we are switching to. And then Greg's saying, can you talk about oil today? Kristen was trading PBs on the 3, 5, 10 on oil rather than 5, 10, 15. So oil, we have the 5, 10, 15 minute is what we look for on the A trades. We were noticing that performance started to get a little bit sluggish on the oil A trades. And so we decided to start evaluating oil with the PB trades using as close as possible the rules that we use for the NQ PB trades, including looking at a 3-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute chart instead. And so that's what we've been looking at with oil. We've only been doing this, let me see, since the middle of December is when we started to really track PBs on oil. And we've seen some pretty strong results so far from what we've been tracking, especially during a little bit more choppy periods here. So that's what we started. We have very small data, so we're not going out and saying this is necessarily the thing to do, but so far we're very happy with what we're seeing. We're trying to keep our rules as similar to NQ as possible, so that for those of you that want to trade PBs on oil, it's just a seamless transition over. So there's been good profits so far, averaging over $1,100 per day on oil. So that's what we have been looking at. It's the same exact rules, looking for a PB3, a PB35, and a PB13. And then even the profit targets are, unlike our PB13s, are the same dollar amount. So we look for 30 points on our NQ PBs, which is $600, 20 points a dollar. I'm sorry, $20 a point. And then so for oil, what we're looking for is 60 ticks, which is also $600. Oh, thank you, David. Yes, I hope you're feeling better. And then we hope to see you in the live trading room soon. So Greg, CycleBot would be very similar to that. It would be completely rules based, which I know some people struggle with getting in their own way with trading live. They start to tell themselves a story about this trade isn't going to work out. And of course, it's the one that runs. And now you feel behind where the system is because you skipped that trade. So CycleBot would be the robot of following the rules for the Aurora trades. So it would be just exactly what you're seeing for our performance is holding the trade when you're supposed to, not looking to lock in 1 to 2 points because you're scared about a trade. It's just keeping with very specific rules. Now, I always recommend that there needs to be some sort of middle between emotional trading and robotic trading. At some point, you need to incorporate some sort of, I guess, common sense knowledge, and that's where our PATS comes in. You know, if you're up 80 points, do you continue to trade? If all of a sudden you're giving back 80 points, then another 80 points, that doesn't make sense. Greg, it's still in, again, the very early stages. So what we would start with is a CycleBot, which is programmed to trade the rules of the signals. So would there be a feature for you to set the rules? I'm sure there would be, at least for like stop losses and things like that. But we have to basically start over because of Infinity going away. So we're not at a point where we're there for CycleBot about what it will or won't do. I could tell you what I'd like to do, but then a developer is going to give me a realistically, this is what it can do answer. We're just not there yet to be able to talk about what it can or cannot do. But we're very excited about what we're seeing with the PBs on oil. There's been one losing day, it looks like, and it didn't hit our max loss. This is still looking at that $1,700 max loss. There's been days we obviously would have stopped instead of giving back a little bit, but we've seen some nice performance in here, and we'll see how it continues to go throughout the year. But again, these rules are just the same as they are for NQ, and that's what we talk about, is that we mostly profile NQ. We've been showing oil a bit more, especially during FOMC weeks, because it just doesn't make sense to profile NQ. We aren't trading NQ. I don't know why we'd call out signals for something that we don't want to trade during that week for you to trade. So instead of just reinforcing the signals and the rules, we've decided to switch over to oil during FOMC weeks and look at that. And then we're really liking what we're seeing with the PBs, which again is what we talked about. Even though we're profiling NQ, you can take these signals, the A signals or the PB signals, and then trade different time frames or trade ES. If NQ is too fast for you, ES that might be a better speed. It's a little bit slower, or maybe you're looking at RTY, or maybe you're looking at corn. There's all of these different markets out there. You could do options. We talked about that as well way back when we launched the PBs, looking at a 5-minute aligned with a 30-minute or a 60-minute chart. There are lots of potentials out here for these signals. Yeah, AD is saying that it took a long time to figure out that your personality trait must align with trading. And that's true based on the market that you want to trade too. So let's say that NQ makes you too antsy, it's too fast paced. Maybe your trading personality aligns better with ES, which is a little bit slower of a market. It's funny, if you trade NQ and you trade oil, they behave very differently. When I'm looking at oil, it's hard for me not to get distracted because sometimes oil just seems to want to move a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and then I look away, and then all of a sudden I have the order filled ding on my computer because it just moved and it hit my profit target. So each type of market's going to take a little bit different type of really a personality that needs to align with it. So we highlight mostly NQ, but maybe it's better for you to trade the micros because there's less risk, or maybe again, ES is a little bit easier for you, or RTY. We're showing you the signals. It's just like taking either Elliott Wave or the AO. You don't only have to use it on one market. It can be applied to various time frames. If you're familiar with Elliott Wave, they're using the AO on daily charts to look at overall direction of the market, what wave we're in, and corrective waves and things like that. Greg, we did look in, we occasionally look into other signals to see if it can help with any filtering. Really what we found that we like best is what we're showing in the live trading room, is the moving averages and the Bollinger Bands. We always let our prop traders track whatever else they want to in addition to the signals that are our core for Aurora, so that it's so easy for me to go in and allow them to, add whatever letters they want to at the end of a PB3 or a 4A to track various things on what they are seeing in the market and ways to filter out trades. But so far, we haven't found anything convincing that seems to be a good filter besides what we're already using for our PB trades, which we have done for oil as well. We're still using the same PB filters with Bollinger Bands and the moving averages. And I've said this before, but the Aurora signals can be viewed as one indicator. So when you're looking at one indicator, maybe you have something that you've used your whole trading life that is something like the back of your hand. Maybe it's Elliott Wave, maybe it's the MACD, whatever it is. You can always bring that in and use that with Aurora. Aurora doesn't have to be used alone. We do in a lot of cases, but you also know that with our PB trades, we've used Bollinger Bands because that's been with us forever since the beginning. We've talked about Bollinger Band snaps, which for those of you that aren't familiar, let me find a good example. Bollinger Band snap is where price exceeds the Bollinger Band and then generally will snap back inside of the Bollinger Bands. So when we take Aurora and we add other indicators such as the Bollinger Bands and the moving averages to help us filter, you can do that with other indicators that you have an intimate knowledge with. Again, let's say you are an Elliott Wave expert and you just don't trade during correction waves. Well, that's okay. So maybe those are days that you're putting down 0 contracts on your personal trading plan because you choose not to trade those days. You don't want to be trading during Elliott Wave corrections. Aurora can be used on its own, or it can be used in conjunction with any other indicator that you enjoy to use out there. In fact, we have other people that look at the average to range. They look at smaller time frames to time entries. There's so much flexibility with Aurora. We're showing you one way to do it, but you have your own copy as an Aurora subscriber. You can trade whenever you want. Futures trading is essentially 23 hours a day, so you could trade at night if that fits better with your schedule. You can trade whatever market you want, whatever time frame you want. Just make sure you're doing your own research and that you're comfortable trading in sim your different market or time frame before you switch to live. We always encourage you to start in sim before you move live. Yep, Greg, and that's something that the developers will work with them on filtering. 50-point bar will be an easy filter. If you're above the Bollinger Band, that's going to be or below the Bollinger Band, that's a number that we can program in as well. So most of our filtering will be able to be written in. And then we have two forms of our personal trading plan. So someone's asking if you can use a personal trading plan for options. So we have an futures only trading plan, which is what I was showing. And then we also have a trading plan that has both futures and options on it. Thanks, David. Have a great night yourself. I just saw the other part of your comment, AD, been using NinjaTrader for years and it meets 90% of my needs. So again, if you're looking for something to switch to and you don't want to switch to Tradovate, NinjaTrader is another option as well. And again, if you have any questions on trading platforms, if you're interested in Tradovate or NinjaTrader, or wondering what's going to happen with your current Infinity account, contact Glenn. He's amazing at being responsive, and he'll be able to answer all your questions. Nice job, Mark. Mark's saying he was watching our oil signals and ended up taking a trade on 10 contracts for 10 ticks. Yep, $1,000 in profit. That's another way. We were talking about this earlier. As your account makes sense for it, you can always look for profit based on your contract amount. So oil's really moving right now. So maybe it's more contracts and less profit per contract that you're looking for to get to your goal. Whatever it is, you need to just do what's right for you and your account. Oh, you're welcome, Greg. I believe I got through all of the questions here. So I'm going to go ahead and close for tonight. Thank you all for joining us, for joining me tonight during our Q&A. We'll be back next month. A recording of this Q&A will be sent out tomorrow. And then if you have any questions in the meantime, you can always email trade support at optionsmoneymaker.com. Have a wonderful rest of your night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.